Just say you don't like this thing about this person and move on. But let's go to the second video. This is how Mike Todd comes up with his sermons. Now this
A couple of things I've started
a little
doing
deeper.
practically is I don't prepare my messages alone anymore.
Tell me about it.
Oh, bro, it's the most freeing thing that's ever happened to me. So I call in a couple of dudes.
What day you do this?
This is Wednesday. So preach Sunday.
Same time or kind of more like on your call?
No. I mean, most of the time it's pretty consistent.
Okay.
But sometimes, so I'll tell you, Sunday I preach. Monday, Sabbath, I don't do nothing.
Yep.
I go get a massage. My work
I
out.
text back on Mondays, man.
What'd you think?
You don't ever text back on Mondays.
Boy, shut up. So Tuesday, I'm back in the office. I'm CEO, like finances, meetings, this, that, and the third. Wednesday, I shut everything down.
Okay.
So Wednesday, first half of the day, I'm just gathering content. I'm watching everybody because I get inspired by people who do what I do, and I think this is a lost art in preaching because everybody
His voice two
warns
times
against
speed
it
is
because they
too
don't want
funny.
people to start
Yeah.
sounding like people. But it's like basketball players play with basketball players. Like where in the world do you like? You only shoot by yourself and you only defend yourself. Like
It's a good take.
you're weak. Like
It's a good take.
so I
heard that.
I listen to everybody. It's not a set group of people,
Yeah.
but like I'm
Listen and see what's going. What's happening.
because it
inspires you.
It inspires me, and it speaks to me.
Yep.
Like there's so many times I've texted you and I'm like, bro, your sermon yesterday. You be like, bro, you listen to my sermon. I'm like, bro, dog,
Turn that-
that was phenomenal.
Scrub through.
Yeah, like, but so first half of the day, I'm just gathering
Yeah. Ideas.
ideas and
things.
content, and I'm all through.
Oh, that guy. That's the guy that made the video.
Oh, I'm like, okay.
I thought
so
I
he had
cut
a
that part out of it. Yeah.
He had a problem with it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if you don't agree, then cool. But
I wonder what his
even the play, you know, they had the ransom play. I had my thoughts where I thought, this was crazy. But overall, like, I'm not thinking the play shouldn't have been done. I just think this shouldn't have been in there. This shouldn't have been. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be biased.
They
Like,
go so far as to be like, now he's a wolves in sheep clothing.
they go so far with it, and it's like, bro, even if he is, how can you possibly prove that to everybody? You can't prove him with this clip. You might, I mean, with the ransom play, certain parts, you could probably be like, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's what they do with a lot of his stuff. And I get you have to, because you can't be like, let's watch this whole sermon.
Can't see you.
Oh, but let's watch this whole sermon. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be an hour or whatever, maybe more, because now you're reacting to it and
Like, you
breaking it down.
researching some stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't go in.
But
"Oh,
why-
I want
but
Mike
why?
Todd to bless me today. You
Why?
want like that?
Like, I don't get that approach, like, to tearing somebody down to prove the truth. I don't get that. And why not just speak the truth of what you know? And when you do that, they will see what is not the truth, and then they won't follow that. But why is it that we choose to tear people down to prove God's truth? I don't get how that coexists or works, or why that is the strategy for pulling people into Christ. It's like, just tell the truth about what it is that you feel, and you don't have to tear somebody down in order to do that.
Yeah, it's like, if Mike Todd is not using the most boring, dry method of studying and getting his sermons together that he possibly can, then he's cheating and he's in sin. And I'm like, now, obviously, I'm a person that believes in using not method B or method A and B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. I'm going to use every single possible method that I can use. But, you know, C, D, E, F, G is kind of like making it sound original. I definitely want to do that just in case, you know, honestly, I'm thinking somebody may stumble upon this message. So it's like, I just want to pull a piece from it because I like this. And especially if you're a minister in training, you can pray all day and not learn how to preach. You can pray all day and not learn how to teach God's word. Who do you need? Teachers. You need to learn how to do it.
I was just going to add to that too, because which he did reference basketball, which I thought was a great point.
Yeah.
When you're trying to be a student of whatever you're doing, you're going to study other people who are doing it at a high level.
Yeah.
So I don't see the problem.
And you're learning the word of God while you're doing it.
Exactly.
You're not just, let me memorize this. Like, you got to go back and check it.
Exactly.
Because you might say something wrong. Like, do you believe what you're... If I'm listening to some preachers, I'm like, I'm getting fed. How are you going to give more if you're not allowing anybody to pour into you. You can't, you're just going to settle with everything that my pastors preaches. I'm just going to let that pour into me. And it's like, wait a minute, that's going to be a watered down version of what your pastor gives because you don't know the stuff he knows. Why would you? We might as well have the pastor speak then because you're going to give a less version of what he gave. Go get some information from somewhere. You don't have time. You have to pick off different battles. Like you can't do this. I'm gonna do the same exact fight that my pastor's doing, the same battle that my pastor's doing, study the same exact things my pastor's doing. It's like at some point you gotta say, Pastor got that covered. Let me study the stuff that God is leading me to study. And I might have to get that and research some other stuff. It's like, why would I start from ground zero though? And people think prayer is like a magic button. No,
That was good.
prayer is work. Prayer is prayer without works is dead. Like we got all the faith in the world, but we don't have the work to like go find information. No, I don't want to go find information. It's all in here. Okay, well, you're just limiting yourself to the information you learned along the way because you still got it from somewhere else. You didn't teach yourself these things. If are you God? Do you not need to look outside for information? What's the point of having a Bible? Like you got it already. Well, I'm cheating. It's like, what do you mean you're cheating? You're learning. You're training. You don't know how to preach yet.
That's just, I mean, bro, you could take that in so many examples. Like mathematicians, we all, well, not we, they use they use the same formulas, and then they'll get, you know what I'm saying? They might extend on it.
Yeah.
But
something's easy, Christians got to make it hard, bro.
yeah, it's like,
People got to make it hard on
for
yourselves.
instance, like like if you're starting a business, and I think we done had this conversation before, do I have to go and build the computer from scratch up? Like it doesn't make sense.
We don't have time for that. We have souls to save.
Yeah.
We don't have time to start this scientific process over again. We got to get in and learn and pull in information. Why did the Bible say reason with one another? Why would he say, let the old teach the young? Why would you limit?
Also nothing new under the
We
sun.
tell people you need to come to church. Why? Just because God says so? No. Because we don't want you to leave a resource on the table.
Where the horns at, boy?
I'm gonna do the Tim Ross.
Yeah, that was boy. Oh my! Please say that. Just keep going.
Hey man,
One more
I
time.
can't say that again.
Please.
I can't say that
You
again.
can't have you leave resources on the table when you're trying to get closer to God. Why not take
Bruh.
advantage of everything that's in front of you?
It's like we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing, and we expect to pray. That's like the story. That's like the parable they talk about where the guy is in the ocean and he's looking for a float. I mean, he's looking to be saved. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna drown." Some float appears. He's like, "No, I don't want that float. God gonna save me. I'm gonna keep praying, right?"
Boy.
Then the boat comes. It's like, hey, then a helicopter come, like, and then he dies, and God's like, wait a minute, I sent you. You gotta imagine when people look up at God, it's like, why didn't you speak my word? Well, there was, I was waiting on you to, bring some understanding to this Bible for me. He said, wait a minute, you had social media,
Oh my goodness.
you had all of these resources. And you had people that have already figured out things in the Bible, and you just took the slow approach and started from scratch. And then you got drained because you wanted to, well, no, God, I'm gonna take the long way. Like, why would you do that? My thing is, bro, I don't care how you get the message, but if you ain't praying, I don't want to hear it. That's my only problem. If you're not praying on it, I don't want to hear it.
And see, that just goes back to you're doing things
And
for
studying.
God, but not doing things with God. And so when
Yeah.
you're utilizing all of these resources, you should still have your walk with God. And of course, you should still be studying, but those are a part of doing things with God. And so, yeah, you may be utilizing them, but why would you take the slower route to get there? It just doesn't make any sense.
But you know what Mike Todd is doing when he's saying I get with my people and we come up with a message. It's like if I'm having a conversation with you and we're talking and then I get a whole conversation and I get a whole message from it, but it's like I'm just only difference is I'm not telling you and we're not making it established that you're helping me with my message. We're trying to like, oh, let me avoid it. Let me avoid. Why are you avoiding the help that God gave you? You're trying to avoid
You literally
and
can't talk to
dodge.
anybody.
You can't talk to. Oh, I don't want to talk to you because I don't want you to speak my message. Help me with my message. That's what you're here. That's why
Some messages
he
even
put us
come
around people.
from real life examples and things that you happen. You'll be like, I gotta tell y'all this story that then you bring it back into the Bible and how it relates. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you can't use that because you got it from some. It's like
If they do a skit at a church, no, y'all gotta come up with your own skit. That's a sin. It's like, bro, how far are we? How far are we taking this? Let me see.
Yeah.
Growing Richer said, watch out using that story. They go cancel you for plagiarism, bruh. Exactly. They gonna cancel you for plagiarism because wait a minute.